What can we say about detention and the DSS?
Okay, two parts to it. Number one, I do not support people inciting violence in the country. But when you go back and look at all of this agitation, it starts by the marginalization of the Igbos. And we can't deny that fact. We had another taste of it during the elections in Lagos.
Yeah, good evening all, and it depends on where you're watching me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is another beautiful day, and thanks for either joining or watching this program from wherever you are. It's still the same issue we are still dealing with, concerns about Nigeria and how we can turn it round. And I hope one of these days we are going to get it right, and we stop talking and we start acting in respect to the great nation called Nigeria. Now, the video I played earlier, it's a program, Arise News TV, talking about the Igbos and how they claim that they are being marginalized. I will be taking it from a different perspective because really I am not into ethnicity as such. Yes, some people hold the claim back in Nigeria that ethnicity is our problem, religion is our problem. To which I completely disagree with, because that is not our problem. Some also hold the view or the claim that our leaders are our problem. Probably, maybe they have. But the issue is that what is the responsibility of the citizens in respect to turning the country around? I've always held this view or this belief that the citizens have more role to play to turn the country around than even the leaders, as far as facts are concerned. And until we get to that point for us to start to have a change of mind or a renew of mind to focus on what needs to be focused on, then we will be running in circle all over again. And I hope that this message come across to everyone. This movement that some of us have started, I pray, I hope, I believe that citizens at home, Nigerians at home, we key into it and we'll see that indeed we citizens or the citizens have a greater role to play in turning the country around. Now, in light of the video that was played, I'm going to play it again. Then a question was asked afterward. Hopefully, if you're watching and you want to join this program, the link is already on the comment section. You just click that link and it brings you straight into the platform for you to weigh into this matter. The purpose of this program is not about ethnicity. I would like the record to reflect that, but our responsibility, regardless, irrespective of our ethnic background, because we share the same feelings, the same pain. We go through the same pains in the country over and over again. And I think it's time we put an end to this pain, or start to put an end to the pain for future generation. Yesterday, I realized I was already 20 years away out of the country, and things have not changed. Then when will it change? It gets worse every day. But the answer lies in the hands of the citizens, and until such time that we come together and agree that indeed we have a greater role to play to turn the country around, as I said earlier, and I'm going to repeat, we will be running in circles. So I am going to put back the video again for you to hear this and to weigh in on it if you wish to, either in the comment section or you want to come on the platform to join the broadcast.
What can we say about detention and the DSS?
Okay, two parts to it. Number one, I do not support people inciting violence in the country. But when you go back and look at all of this agitation, it starts by the marginalization of the Igbos. And we can't deny that fact. We had another taste of it during the elections in Lagos.
To get a better understanding of what it's saying, we need to now have to define what marginalization is. But even if we don't define it, and I put this statement up here to see if I'll bring this statement up, and just give me a moment, and it's just somewhere here. Yeah, I found it now. Here. Now, here it states that a fact is a datum about one or more aspect of circumstance, which, if accepted as true and proven true, allows a logical conclusion to be reached on a true-false evaluation. I read again, just in case you read it. A fact is a datum about one or more aspects of a circumstance, which, if accepted as true and proven true, allows a logical conclusion to be reached on a true-false evaluation. So, he said it's a fact. Now, the question now will now be, do the other nationalities... Thank you for joining in. For those of you joining in, thank you very much for joining this broadcast. It's highly appreciated. And if you are just joining, since you are just joining, I played a video earlier to give us a background of what I want to speak about. Now, the issue on ground is how we'll be able to turn the country around. And there has been issues and issues. Yesterday, I realized that it was exactly 20 years of me being out of Nigeria. And my heart bleeds because I thought by now things would have improved. And there has been several blames over years of who is responsible or who is not responsible. But this is not about ethnicity. This is about raising a movement that to move the nation forward. I have always argued that the problem is with us, the citizens, not the leaders. So I'm going to play a video for, thank you, Mr. Osunra. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name very well. My apologies for the mispronunciation. Let me yield the floor to you to introduce yourself very well, please. I yield the floor. Hello, Mr. Osura. If you're there, can you unmute yourself and just introduce yourself and where you are joining us from, please?
You're welcome on the show.
Yeah, you're on the show. I can hear you loud and clear.
Exactly.
Where are you joining us from?
Sir?
Where are you joining us from, please?
I'm joining from Ado Ekiti in Ekiti State, Southwest Nigeria.
The great Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now, I want you to take a listen to this video, okay?
Okay.
What can we say about detention and the DSS?
Okay, two parts to it. Number one, I do not support people inciting violence in the country. But when you go back and look at all of this agitation, it starts by the marginalization of the Igbos. And we can't deny that fact. We had another taste of it during the elections in Lagos.
Okay, let me lay the foundation. This discussion, it's not about ethnicity, okay? However, the claim of marginalization has been going on for long. This discussion is about creating awareness to Nigerians. Now, I am going to put up another thing on the platform. Tell me if you agree or you disagree with it, please. Now, that is a statement, a definition. A fact is a datum about one or more aspects of a circumstance, which, if accepted as true and proven true, allows a logical conclusion to be reached on a true-false evaluation. Do you agree with that, sir, or you disagree with that?
Agreed.
Okay. Now I'm going to put up another statement again. It's a question.
Yeah.
Do the other 370 ethnic groups enjoy basic living necessities such as electricity, health care, good roads, employment, or are there policies that favors the other ethnic groups from the Igbos?
Not all the ethnic group in Nigeria enjoys that basic amenities, because there are still some areas or communities that are lack of these amenities, and the government in power didn't do much for all in such community to enjoy such amenities. So we have leadership problem.
If you say we have leadership problem, what is the responsibility of the citizens, sir?
The citizens are there listening to the directive and direction of their leaders. And in this case, it is the winner that takes all in the situation. And you know, in a country like ours in Nigeria, poverty is stricken down to the lowest ebb, and in which whoever that sees one or two things to elevate him or her will have to dance to the tune of that people, that is that leader. So in view of this, we still need to educate ourselves and the downtrodden.
Thank you very much. In educating ourselves, Mr. Dark, I recognize your presence there. I'll come to you. Yeah. In educating ourselves, the citizens has greater responsibility. I'm going to put some questions. I'm going to put another question to you. Because in your constituency, do you know your leader, your elected rep member in your constituency?
Thank you. Yeah, we know them. By the time they want to seek for our votes, you see them. They come to our level. But as soon as they gain that position which they are gunning for, now we didn't see them again. The glasses of their cars were rolled up, and we barely see them again. So that is it. Not that we don't know them, they come to our level during the time of canvassing of votes. But as soon as they were elected, my brother, we don't see them again.
Okay.
So once in 4 years.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Uniforce, I'll come to you. Mr. Dark, I'm going to hold you for a long time because you're already part of this, so you know what is going on. Mr. Osura, do you know that you have the power? The power is in your hand to recall these leaders back. Are you aware of that?
I am aware of that. Would they listen to us? It is during upcoming election that they should show up in the community.
But you don't need to wait for 4 years, according to the provision of the Constitution, for you to recall them back. You don't have to wait for 4 years.
Okay.
And that is section. Go ahead.
Which section of the Constitution says that?
It's section 110, subsection A and B of the Constitution. Okay. And that is the 110. Section A and B. Section 110, subsection A and B of the Constitution. And this is the message that we are trying to preach. It's not about ethnicity, because in your constituency, you agree with me that there are Igbos, there are Yoruba, there are Hausas, there's different tribes there going through the same problem. So that is the message we're trying to preach, to bring this awareness to Nigerians that the power actually is in our hands to change and to turn the... Go ahead, sir.
The power is in our hands, truly. But we still need to educate one another for us to know our right from the left. Most people, let me tell you this, most people believe that if they didn't collect money from these so-called leaders, you know, so the conscience of many were bought over. So only the few that their mind could not be bought over remains. And you know, in voting, or let me say in election, the higher number carries the day. That is winning the ballots through counting. That is so party has also number of votes as against that that is higher than that of the other party, and such party is now declared winner via their vote. And do you really mean that? Do we all go out to vote, that is to cast our vote for the choice candidates? Hello?
Hello. Yeah, this is what, like I said, I'm going to thank you again for joining the program. And
All right,
I'm going to put a proposal to you. If you want to be part of this movement, because like I said, it's a movement we're trying to raise, like you rightly said, educate, create awareness.
Yes,
particularly
awareness.
Particularly that section of the Constitution where it gives the citizens power to recall their elected officers because they are not performing, because they make the laws. That is where the problem is in the country. The problem is not with the executive, because if the citizens can hold the legislative arm accountable, the legislative arm will now hold the executive accountable. But because the citizens, we have failed to do the right thing, that is why you see the executive can do whatever they want to do and get away with it. And it's playing out in the National Assembly now. Everybody is swinging to Akpabio. Nobody is asking questions. The lawmakers are being paid huge amounts of money, salary, and you see the roads there, the hospitals. There's no school. There's no electricity. These are this is the citizens that we have to stand up in doing these things. So, like I said again, I'm glad you came on board, and I would like to have your number. I believe you are connected to Foley B. I believe so. And,
exactly.
Yeah, so I really appreciate you coming on board. And
thank you, sir.
With the hope that you are going to carry this message along to fellow Nigerians. Now, I'm going to bring in a lawyer, one of our that is always on our platform, to educate us more on this issue of the section 110 subsection 1. Mr. Dak, I yield the floor to you, please.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Hello.
We can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I won't spend too much time here because I have I'll be having an appointment in the next 15-20 minutes. Then if we're still on, I will join after 8 if we're still there. So good evening, everyone. Yeah, it is actually our civic duty to, first and foremost, after you cast your vote at the election and it's been declared, and after all election petitions and court redress that politicians do seek in court, after all have been concluded, it is still our civic responsibility to continue in the process of doing a follow-up on what exactly is these politicians doing. And I would love every Nigerian to start from local government level. You know, at local government level, we seem to think that they have no responsibility at all, and that is why most time we tend to always face the federal government for almost everything, and federal government and sometimes state government. You see state government sometimes pushing some things to federal pushing back to state, but we seem to forget that there's a third tier of that government, which is the local government. If I may ask, most time people don't even know who their councillor is. It's as Mr. Electricity just asked now and say, okay, who is your rep? Yeah, I know my rep, I know my senator. But then I started thinking, who exactly is even the councillor representing my street? I don't know him. I don't know the councillor. Yes, I know the local government chairman. Yeah, all because I take interest in the local politics at my local government. But if not so, I know many people, resident of my people. I come from what you can call town, at least, the capital city. I know many residents don't even know who is the local government chairman. Many, they don't know, particularly the non-indigenous. The indigenous sometimes, yes, most times they keep view on this, but non-indigenous don't even know. And every of their policies will affect you because you are residing there. Yes, even if you are not an indigenous of the place, you are residing there. So I want us all to see this as one of the basic civil duties that help other countries like the Western countries, right, to shaping their democracy, and then to be able to see that the dividend of democracy is delivered to them. Okay. In due time, I know we'll have time to analyze all these provisions one by one. But for now, the only time I know that has been done in the recent time was in case of Dino Melaye, which was not successful. And they made an attempt. They made an attempt, but it was unsuccessful. But it was a good attempt because today everybody can refer to it. We can all refer to it, and Nigerians can look at what actually went wrong about the Dino Melaye home, and it was difficult to be recalled. And what can we improve on, in respect of whichever one we're targeting in future. That is one thing we intend to be doing with this platform. Then the second one we intend to be doing with this platform is to monitor our rep and our Senate, to monitor their constituency projects. They all collect money to do constituency projects, but do they do this? What are the deliverables? Did they really deliver at all? Do you know how much your senator has collected in the past since 1999 to date? All the senators you have, do you know how much each of them have collected? Do you know if they use all the monies they've collected for your constituency, or if there are pressure groups within your constituency to pressurize them, the genuine ones, with sincerity of purpose, to pressurize them? Do you know you shouldn't lack anything in that constituency? And that is why I like this question that Electricity posted there, that do other 370 ethnic groups, did they lack like as different from the Igbos? For me, the answer is no. We all lack the basic amenities in Nigeria. We are all marginalized. We all have issues, and we should all together, face our government. We are not saying fighting them, but we should make them accountable. When they know that the power rests in us, and the power indeed rests in us. But when they wake up to this reality and know that the power rests in us, that alone will charge them to action. I would pause for now on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming on board. And I really appreciate your time. Foley B and Ovie Uniforce, you're already in the loop in all these things. So I will come back to you. I will go back to Mr. Osunre first because is more or less our special guest on this program. So I will hold back with you guys. We hold back, and I will ask Mr. Osure to weigh in on what our legal analyst just said. So, Fully B and Uniforce, you guys are part of the house, so you don't have to say much in this regard. So, I yield the floor back to you, Mr. Osure. Thank you. You have to unmute. You are muted, sir. You have to unmute yourself, sir. You have to unmute yourself. You press the unmute button there, the mute button, where the microphone is. Mr. Osure is having issues with his device. So, Fully B, I will come to you. You go ahead. Then Ovie will be next. As soon as we have Mr. Osure on, I'm going to mute you guys. So, Fully B, the floor is yours. Okay, Fully B is not ready for us. Uniforce Ovie, if you're ready, can you weigh in on the matter? Okay. All right. Ovie is back. Ovie is on now. Go ahead, Ovie.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and good evening to all that are hearing us and those that will later hear this video. We hope. I quickly want to respond to our beloved friend. As regard to what he said, based on the leaders we do cast our vote for, he made a point when he said after voting for them, when they need our vote, they come down to us, and after voting for them, you don't see them again. They are on their flashing cars with securities. You cannot go close to them. I quickly want to respond to it because this has been an idea with us, and I feel what we are talking about here, it doesn't have anything to do with, you don't need to go and block him. You don't even need to go and meet him one-on-one to question him. What we are saying here is there is a provision in the constitution that says, I'm just let me dramatize it in a way that says that when this same person that me and you, we have voted for is not performing in line with this provision of the constitution that gives him boundaries of what to do and what not to do. If he's doing outside what he's supposed to do, this provision of the constitution is that we have the right to recall the person. In other words, like, you are not it's either you adjust to do what is right, or if you are not, you don't see it as to what you ought to do well, then you have to step down. It's as simple. It's not something we have to negotiate or we have to bid for. Because if we casted a vote for you to occupy a position, we casted the vote for you. Whether you buy it or you got the vote from us, it doesn't really matter. What matters now is that now that you are in the position, you have to function within this provision of the constitution. And when you are doing anything outside, then we recall you back. It doesn't have, because the mindset that we Nigerians we have is that when during the election, then you see that once you are voted for them, once they are already inside, they've already gotten the power, you can do nothing to them. The mindset of you can't go and fight them. They have the security, they have the police, in fact, they have power. They can bribe this, they can bribe that. This is not what we are about. Is putting this aspect of the constitution, which Mr. Electricity has, often spoken of the constitution have not really been put to work or be put to test. Like someone said, the first time that was tried was in the case of Dino Milai, but there was a reason why. The message we want to spread now is putting this aspect of the constitution to work, and we should stop this mindset of if we vote for them, after we vote for them, they're already in power, you can do nothing to them. It's just like you are going to fight a war and you already accept defeat even before embarking on the war. So should be cleared. It's not about whether they have gotten the power. It's about this aspect of the constitution. Just like the qualification that makes you become an engineer is certain criteria you have to meet to. So once it's discovered that you actually did not meet to those criteria, then you have to fall out that you are not qualified to be in the position you are in. So that is my own.
Thank you very much. I think we've lost Mr. Osunre, but if you're listening and you're hearing me, I'd like to thank you for coming on board again. And Fully B, I don't know if you are there. You keep going in and out. I think you're having a issue with your device. I also like to thank you for the groundwork and yourself and Novi are doing back in Nigeria. And I'm doing back in Nigeria, and we will continue to bring people in, and by the special grace of God, we will get this movement going. It may take longer, but we will achieve the purpose. The citizens, that of the Dino Melaye was an in-house fight, and so it was all cooked up against Dino Melaye, but those in power knows that this section of the constitution is there and they are using it. So, which belongs to the citizens. Actually, it does not belong to the legislators. It belongs to the citizens. The provision, section 110, is for the citizens. But how they're able to cook it up against Dino Melaye, they could not succeed because the people were not part of it. So, I will see a way where we can push this message further to people to come on board. And for those of you listening, Mr. Osunre, you are in your community, your constituency. I'm glad you wrote down the section of the Constitution, and this is how we can spread the news or spread the message to catch as a fire or like a wildfire. So we've lost Foley B. Mr. Osunre is frozen, but I'm glad that we have somebody who came on board, somebody new. Those of you already part of this movement. I'm also glad you came on board. Next week we will be starting a new discussion, and we'll focus on that discussion for a very long time. Hello. Hello. Okay. Mr. Osunre we're still having issues with him, but we are glad he came in. It's gonna be
Hello?
about. Hello, are you there? Who is speaking?
I'm there.
Okay.
On the line.
Yeah. Go ahead. You were supposed to speak before your device was giving issue.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm glad you came on board. I'm very happy. And you have the Constitution section of the Constitution,
section 110,
section A and B. Yes. So take your time to read it. We have you as part of the movement now. The purpose is to spread the message. Next week I will bring you back here again because we're starting a new discussion next week, which is the Nigerian citizens versus the parliament. This is just a foundation we're laying on to that to further discussion because there we'll be looking at the constitution. I will try to see if I can get you the original copy of the Constitution. I think Foley B will do that.
Exactly.
Foley B will do
Exactly.
that for me. So
Exactly. Even if it is the soft copy,
yeah, you get the soft copy. Or no, I normally do hard copy. So, but
okay.
I'll speak to Foley B on it, and
Okay.
he's going to get that across to you, so
All
that
right, sir.
we keep this fire going, because to change the country is in our
Yeah.
hands.
It's in our hands.
It's in our hands. I'm not
Exactly.
going to fight Tinubu. I'm not going to fight Buhari. I'm not going to fight any
No,
leader.
no.
I will fight
We
my
need
fellow
to come
citizens.
together. We need to come
Exactly.
together and reason together.
Exactly, sir.
In a part that, yes, a revolution will come via
Exactly.
the citizen knowing their right from wrong.
Exactly.
Noting their right from left, I mean. Hello?
Hello, I'm with you. I'm hearing you.
Though it might take time to get to the promised land, but surely we will get there.
Of course.
That is
We
it.
just need to sensitize the people. So we need to change the focus. The focus is somewhere else. We need to bring the focus to the right place.
That to change the mindset of people here in the community.
Yes.
The educated one, of course, will educate others, because some were educated, but at the same time being illiterate of what is going on according to what we have in the country. I believe you get me right now.
Yes, I'm getting you. I'm getting you. You're 100% correct.
Good. Because some might know that this thing is there, but at the same time might be novice of what actually goes on in that perspective. We need a change, positive one. And this is through educating one another right from the grassroots.
Correct.
It is true that I know that legislator can be recalled back to their constituency for one thing or the other, but at the same time, who bears the cat?
Exactly.
That is it. So you are not there, and you are asking or querying how is this thing shared? You know, you must be in the system. So that is it, sir.
So me and you, we will bear the cat. That is what we have to do. We have to bear the cat.
I know. You know, I am not in the corridor of power now. Hello?
Hello, I'm with you. I'm listening.
I am not in the corridor of power, but I know what is expected of me to do as a citizen.
Correct.
So all the vote I am voting, I don't take money for casting my vote. If I discover that I'm not feeling all right to go there to vote, I will better remain at home, so as not to allow the hoodlums or these thugs or whatever, you know, to do otherwise. But the time has come now. The time has come now. And we must take our rights back.
I'm glad to hear this. I'm very glad to hear this from you. I can hear you, sir. I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Oh, it's fluctuating now.
Yeah, but I can hear you very well. You're loud and clear. Hello?
All right, thank you. So I want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be on the show tonight.
No, I'm the one that have to thank you for coming on the show. And I'll bring you back. I'm going to bring you back here next week and next week and next week and next week. Please kindly spread the word to those who are interested and wanting to come on the show. And we will make it possible.
Yeah, I will do that. I will do that.
This program is focused on Nigerian and Nigerians only in Nigeria, not the ones in abroad. The ones in abroad, we leave them where they are. It's us that is in Nigeria that we focus on.
Us in Nigeria here.
Us that's in Nigeria we focus on.
And now,
I'm very grateful. I thank you very much for coming, and you
thank
make
you.
this broadcast a success. And God
It's a
bless you, and
pleasure.
have a lovely weekend. Now I don't
Thank you,
know
sir.
if Mr. Dark or
Mr.
Uniforce.
Folibi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear you. Go ahead,
okay.
sir.
Yes. By next week, is it at the same time next week?
Yeah, same time next week. We'll be here
Okay.
same time, 7:15 Nigerian time.
7:15
We'll be
Nigerian
here
time. All right.
every Saturday, 7:15
15.
Nigerian
All right.
time. If there's any change,
Yeah.
Fully B will let you know in advance. But every
All
Saturday,
right.
7:15. So
Okay.
we will bring the broadcast to an end till next week again. I would like to thank everyone that came on this broadcast today.
I
Uh,
want to quickly,
okay, go ahead.
say something. Yeah. You know, some days ago I was doing some research because things became more interesting to me when I saw that actually we Nigerians we have been directing our energy to the wrong path, although not so completely wrong because the constitution
Ovie,
give
you are not clear. You are
us
not coming out
also
clear.
the define our responsibility
Ovie, you are dipping
as
in and
citizens
out.
to
You are
act
dipping in.
bold
If you are hearing me,
and
I don't think Ovie is hearing me.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are. It's much better now. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I was saying is this. I said things became more interesting to me when I saw that though the constitution defines our right, our response gives us a responsibility of casting our vote and as well defending our vote. But I have seen that this aspect of the constitution that we are talking about now, it has not really. I'm very sure that there are many of us back home here,
Out there.
or even those who are abroad, that that have not really critically looked at that constitution. So I want to use this medium to everyone. I don't know at whatever point this video gets out to whoever, they should really take that constitution to consideration, and we have to put our effort together to make sure we get to the a point of solution. When I googled some days ago about the responsibility of a citizen in a country, I saw like one of the responsibility was to support and defend the constitution. Support and defend the constitution. So I see that we all Nigerians, we have to put our efforts together to make sure this aspect of the constitution, that we put it to work. Because if you look at it now, if we are actually putting this aspect of the constitution to work, we will not need to fight over who to elect. Whoever is coming for an election knows that it's no longer business as usual. It is because we all have not really taken our time to see where we should direct our energy to. Is the reason why you see on the day of election, you see fight and everything, all manner of things that happens, manipulations and all that, just to get the power, because we have been made to believe, if not brainwashed, to think that once they have acquired the power, there is nothing else you can do about it, which is absolutely wrong. And the constitution defines it to us, which we have been talking about. So I feel this very movement should be a movement that should concern even those who are in the diaspora. It should concern every well-meaning Nigerian. It should concern everyone that wants or dream of a success, of a bright future of this country. Everyone that is dreaming of that promised land, as my brother quoted, we all need to know that we need to join effort. We cannot say this one is for one group. This is not a subgroup movement. It should be a movement of all Nigerians, because one of our responsibility is to support and defend the constitution. is to support and defend the constitution. So we must see this thing, because look at it. How many of us how many of us who understand this constitution? How many of us see this constitution as a book that we should pay attention to, just the way we pay attention to our Bibles? Because whatever is in that constitution has to do with me and you, has to do with our children. So we must put this aspect of the constitution to work this time around, because it is very, very necessary for us right now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And Mr. Dark, with Mr. Comrade Vika, I see you're trying to come in. You're having issue with your microphone. I understand that. If you can't join today, there's always next week. But I appreciate you trying to attempt to join. What you do next time is once it prompts you to allow your microphone and camera, you just have to allow it, or else you will not be able to come in. It's outside my control. That is StreamYard. StreamYard distance. So it's a nice time we have here this evening, and we shall meet again next week, Saturday, same time, 7:15. God willing, God keeping us, inshallah, by the special grace of God. Thank you once again, everyone, for coming in as I bring the broadcast on. And Mr. Comrade, don't worry, I'll see you next week, Saturday, 7:15. I appreciate the attempt you made in the first place to want to come in. Apology accepted. So have a lovely evening, everyone, and I'll see you again.
Thank you.